Alright, here I am with another video. Kind of a little thing I wanted to do. My top games of the year. Now, I ended up having 6 top games. I don't really have a set 10 or 5. But these are the 6 games that really made it a great year for gaming. 2011. I'm a little late to post a video, I realize this, but you know. But I wanted to do this, show my appreciation for these fantastic games. They're just really good. I mean, I'll go over the pros and cons, so on and so forth. And as always with a video like this, post a comment of what you liked, this, that, maybe even a video response if you're feeling froggy. But other than that, let's start the video. Starting off the list is Batman Arkham City, the sequel to Rocksteady's hit title, Batman Arkham Asylum. Now, these games are the definitive comic book video games. Used to be, maybe you would have said Spider-Man 2, something of that sort, but these Batman games have really set the bar really high, you know what I'm saying? And I think Rocksteady should even take on different comic books, maybe a Superman, do it some justice, because they just did so well immersing you into the Batman universe, you know what I'm saying? But starting off, I guess gameplay wise, fantastic gameplay. They improved it from what was given in the Arkham Asylum game. Great free flow combat, punching, counter moves, stuns, and dodges. It's simple and in depth at the same time, and it works beautifully. And you can also use gadgets in battle by I forgot. It's like maybe tapping R2 and a face button, or maybe double tap a button. I don't exactly remember. But you can throw like instant batarangs, shock damage, freeze bomb to help you out. So the combat's fantastic. You get in this game, almost fly around the city once you get a certain upgrade. You can dive, use the grapple shot, which will propel you into the air. And so that's awesome. You can also play as Catwoman if you get the DLC or buy the game new. Which is, it puts a nice little variety into the game, because Catwoman, of course, she's no Batman. She's a little bit frailer, but hopping around, using her whip, she also has caltrops and Ebola, and just a nice little diversity to it. And you can also download Nightwing and Robin, but you can't play as them in the story mode on the map, only in challenge modes. And the challenge modes are good, stealth and, take out all the enemies. And then combat, which is try to build up a huge combo, wave after wave, sort of survival, and fight a boss character. Speaking of that, the villains in this game, fantastic roster of villains. I mean, Poison Ivy's kind of there. Two-Face has a little bit of screen time. He's not there full force. Calendar Man's in the game. I love Calendar Man. Who else is there? Deadshot, I think his name is. Like a little side mission. Zaz is there. The Riddler. Fantastic Riddler. I think this is my favorite Riddler, is the one in these games. The Joker, of course. A secret surprise villain. Hush is there. Just Mr. Freeze, too. I love Mr. Freeze. Solomon Grundy, the Penguin. Like, all my favorites besides Scarecrow were in this game. And I think that is, they couldn't really make Scarecrow work as well in the open environment thing. But I don't know what it is. Special appearance by Killer Croc. Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul. Hugo Strange. That's all. I mean, just so much going on here. Harley Quinn. Side missions, little things you can do. Riddler stuff, like trophies and, riddles, puzzles, if you will. Combat challenges. Just all kinds of stuff to do in this game. And then they throw in a little extra thing once you beat the game. You can go into New Game Plus, which is you start off with all your stuff you got in the normal game, but the game's harder than hard mode. You know what I'm saying? So there's that, and you can change your costumes. I like to wear the Batman Animated Series one. There's costumes for all the characters you can play as. There's an Animated Series one for all the characters. Long Halloween, Catwoman's Beast, 1970s Batman, the Return of the Dark Knight Batman, just all kinds of awesome costumes. Overall, I think I would actually rate this as my favorite game of the year. Out of these 6 I picked, just a little, I just like it a little bit more. And the voice work, the graphics, all fantastic. Mark Hamill's the Joker. I forgot who was Batman. Shit. But the voices from the animated series, like the people that know how to play these characters, very awesome, very good. If you haven't played this game, you really need to. And other than this game, honestly, I don't have a set way to list other games. This one's my favorite for this year, and all the others I just kind of like them about equally. So, Arkham City, you should play it. It's my favorite. Moving on to the next few. Next on my list is Deus Ex: Human Revolution, a new, very highly hyped game. Very looked forward to. Deus Ex. The series had a really good first game, and I think the second game kind of stunk a little. And this game really hits the ball out of the park, you know what I'm saying? FPS, but kind of a FPS RPG deal. You get these nice open environments to go around. You talk to people, you do side missions, you do the actual missions. And the big thing with it is you're part robot, right? You got robot arms, and they're called augmentations. And you upgrade these to however you like to play the game. Say you're a stealth guy. Upgrade your camouflage, you know what I'm saying? Upgrade you can see people through walls and shit with upgrades. All kinds of stuff like that. Upgrade your health, your attack power. You can upgrade to where you don't take fall damage, which is pretty good. Jump high, just everything. Like, you can really build your, I think the main character's name is Adam Jensen. You can really build Jensen up to be your own kind of super guy, you know what I'm saying? However you want to play, you can upgrade him to play that way. It's almost like what Crysis 2 should have been. I like Crysis 2 and all, but it made promises it really didn't keep too well. FPS, kind of an inventory system similar to Resident Evil 4 and 5, I believe. Maybe not 5, but 4, where you have to arrange the things into these slots, and you can only carry what you can arrange. You got health, you got your guns. I like to keep a couple pistols, an assault rifle. You can get a torque bow, or a crossbow, I guess. All kinds of stuff. It's just a really good RPG game with some really good FPS gameplay. You make choices too, and that affects what happens. And I have a hard time explaining things. Just overall good game. Love the graphics. The voice works fantastic as well. It's just really well done. It's on my list here. It's good. That's all I can really say. And I think that's all I have to say about it. Go play it. It's awesome. And moving on. Next on my top 6 list is Gears of War 3. The third title in the Gears of War series. I've played the games since it first came out. I like the series very well. I never beat the first 2, though. This is actually the first one I've fully beat. I know the stories. I know how they end. But I always like to play them co-op, and I've ended up not being able to beat them because we just quit playing it. So, this game was pretty much made for co-op online story mode, you know. And, I mean, a couple friends played through it, and it was super fun. The story's really good. It's a little of a... It's more dramatic than the other two Gears games, though. Some bad stuff happens. A character dies, which is kind of sucky. But it was awesome because, you know, he sacrificed himself. You know, it was very well done. The voice work, as I've said before, is good. The Unreal Engine here, I don't know how they still managed to push this Unreal Engine 3 and still make better looking games like this, but the graphics are there too. The multiplayer, they really improved upon what 2 offered. Like, it's just simple, good fun. Third person shooting. You can get special weapons, different modes. There's this new beast mode where you can play as the monsters of the game, not just locusts, like the locust monsters, you know, not like just the drones and whatnot. You can play as the I forgot what it's called. I'm going to call him the Floor Master. The big hand. You can play as tickers. You can even end up being a berserker, which is amazing. And that's super fun. Of course, Horde mode's back, and it's better than ever with all kinds of stuff you can do. Like you can set up barricades and whatnot. Wave after wave. Just overall great game, and I like how it doesn't take itself too seriously. There's always the comedy with Clayton Carmine, Carmine's always my favorite character. Each iteration of Carmine, and Baird, you know, Baird's super funny. His interactions with the Sam girl is hilarious. Coltrane, you know, everyone's favorite. And Marcus Phoenix. Just, story's good. Everything else is good. If you like third-person shooters, blood, gore, great gameplay, funny, you know, humor, good story. There's a lot going for Gears of War 3, so definitely try it out. Next on my Game of the Year list, of course, Legend of Zelda: The Skyward Sword. Haven't seen a true Wii Zelda game yet, and this is really the first, because Twilight Princess was a GameCube game, just ported over to the Wii, and everything was reversed, so you wouldn't get confused when you, like, if you swung your right arm and Link swung his left or something. I don't know, but that was a GameCube game. This is the first Wii game, and it's really, you know, the controls work. You know, Wii Sports, you know, they all do their little thing, but this is the first game where the Wii controls really improve upon the gameplay. You know, you can't just waggle your way through this game. You really can't. You got a precision, you know, enemies block certain ways and you got to slice through. Maybe you got to do certain things with the sword, or you can use the shield with the thumb stick controller. I don't know what they call it, thumb pad. Like, it's its own deal. And, you know, the net, the items, it just adding that little bit of extra, I don't want to say puzzle gameplay, but, you know, having to figure out how to defeat enemies like that, it really improves. New ways to throw bombs, like you can roll them, which is really good, but you got to do it very, very precisely. You know, you got to do it how it's supposed to be done. You can't just go ho ho and expect it to do it. You know, you just got to do it right, and it works. You know, sometimes it doesn't. It is Wii controls, but one of the great things is if it is a little out of sync, you know, maybe you're swinging on the right and it's on the left, pause the game, press down, boom, fixed, you know, a super easy fix for that. And getting to the actual game, I haven't beat it yet, alright, but what I have played, I've absolutely loved. You know, it's got the side quest, it's got all kinds of new things with it, like the nice shop area, all the new locations and people and creatures. Gorons are back. A whole different twist on the classic Zelda tale. introducing how the Master Sword was created and how the whole legend began. This is the first game chronologically in the series. So, instead of Epona, you got a bird that you fly on. I think they're called loft wings. I'm not entirely sure. And the flying aspect is fun, and it controls well. You know, you actually flap with the Wii remote. This ain't a game you can play hour to hour. Like, you're going to have to take a break, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of new things. Shields break now, but you can get better and better shields, better and better. There's new items, a lot of customization going on. Just overall a great game. And I really like how it began. I don't know why. Oh, that's why. Because you can make these little choices of dialogue. It's nothing big. It doesn't change anything too much. But the fact that you can do it, it adds a nice little fun factor to the game. Like at the very beginning, there's this asshole named Groose, right? And he's got this giant pompadour, I think it's called, on of hairdo, right? And it's just huge. And he's like, "What are you looking at, punk?" And you can choose to say, "Nice hair, bro," or something like that. And he's like, "Don't you make fun of my hair, man." It's just great. The humor's there, you know. Overall, great game. No voice acting besides noises, but it does have more voice acting than previous Zelda games, which is kind of neat. You know, was singing here and there, little things like that. A new character in Fi, I believe her name is, kind of the Navi of the game. There's usually a character like this in Zelda games. The King of the Red Lines in Wind Waker, Navi. Whatever the fairy's name is in Majora's Mask, you know, that kind of deal. But this is the game to get on the Wii console, you know. There's a bunch of good games on there, you know. Smash Brothers, also Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, Metroid Prime, Other M, Animal Crossing, Okami, Sonic Colors, all kinds of great games. But this is the definitive Wii game, right? This is the one that makes the whole gimmick of the Wii, the motion controls, work beautifully. So, if you like Zelda, you know, and you have a Wii, I'm not going to say go buy a console to play this game, but it is the cheapest console, so that's almost, you know, a reasonable action. But this game's amazing. I love it. You should definitely play it. So, moving on. Next on my list is a game that came out earlier in the year, so I think it escaped a lot of top 10s, but I don't know because I haven't seen any top 10s or anything. So, Portal 2, as you can tell by the picture by now, I'm sure. Sequel to Portal 1, which was a sleeper hit, if you will. Like something that was only included in Valve's Orange Box, which came with Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and 2, and Team Fortress 2. And then everyone was like, "What's this Portal?" And oh my god, it's awesome. Portal, if you don't know, is a puzzle game which revolves around a portal gun, which you can shoot a portal in one place, a blue one, and an orange one in another place, and solve puzzles is basically the thing. Get a block to a place, get a laser to the thing. In this game, it introduces new aspects, the gels, and the what was it? The gels and the something else, and the light surface and the gravity lift thingies. Classic Portal humor with GLaDOS and the new character Wheatley. Everyone loves Wheatley. The amazing space robot at the very end. Oh, and the ending to the game. Good God, that's amazing. But Portal, great gameplay. Cave Johnson, dude. He's hilarious. He's my favorite Portal character now. I'm pretty sure he's played by the dude that played J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, the Tobey Maguire movies. That guy's awesome, so he does a really good job if that's him. very funny. But it's got the humor, it's got the awesome puzzles, it's got a nice new co-op mode, which is different. It has its own story, right? And you can play that with a friend. It has a free DLC for co-op mode, which was super fun as well. I can't say enough good things about this game. I can't really think of a thing it did wrong, you know? It's longer, it's better, it's just overall a great sequel. Like, you know, Batman and Gears of War have been. And Zelda, you know. All the games I've listed so far, just great, you know, improvements to the games, or it wouldn't have been on my list. So, Portal 2, if you haven't played it, you definitely should. Valve's awesome. Release Half-Life 3. Last on my list, but certainly not the least, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. A game I wasn't entirely sure about because I wasn't all that much for Oblivion, okay? But I gotta say, Skyrim's really blown me away. It really has. It's shown me what for. The gameplay's fun. All the upgrades, the new shout ability, the graphics are way better. The animation's way better. New enemies, new stuff to do. All the side quests, dude, doing the side quests is the game. The actual game itself is fairly short, I would assume. I say I would assume because I've been doing fucking side quests for years. Well, that's a little exaggerated, but the whole time I've been playing the game has been pretty much side quests. All the upgrades, character creation, the weapons, fighting dragons. I love dragons, so that was a big part for me. Killing the dragons. The dragons are random. The game really does dragons right. I heard someone say that, and I was like, I agree. It really, you know, captures the feel of this huge beast coming down, breathing fire on you, and just out of nowhere, and you gain its soul because you are a dragonborn. So you gain its soul and you can put that to a new shout power. You don't just get these, and you find them, but you can't use them until you get a dragon soul. So, hand in hand there. You can get a Spider-Man horse. Anyone that's heard about the game should know about that. If you buy a horse, you can just take it anywhere. That thing can fucking climb vertical ledges. Buy a house, decorate, collect books. There's alchemy. You can create your own armor, your own weapons. You can fine-tune your weapons. You can enchant your stuff to have effects, like maybe do shock damage or drain stamina or something. Just overall, a great game. I love the graphics. You know, a huge land. But thank God, you know, for the quick like a warp system, like in Fallout. I forgot what it's called. You know, if you've been there before, you can just warp right to there. Fantastic. But if you haven't, you have to walk there or ride your horse. You know, if you buy one. And horses can die, which is very sad. Sorry, getting a drink of Coca-Cola. But Skyrim, again, like I've said with the other games on this list, I don't really have nothing bad to say about it. There's the occasional glitch, you know. It's not as bad as Fallout though, but it is by Bethesda, so you can expect glitches to happen. But it's definitely not as bad as Fallout, like I said. But other than that, you know, the game's fantastic. It's really, it's been a treat to play it. You know, it's really fun, and it's an action RPG. You know, if you like running around, it can be first person or third person, which is a nice feature. Clicking the right stick and it'll switch for you. I prefer to play in first person, but I do occasionally go to third. I chose the Lizard Man. I always choose in these games where you create a character the thing that looks the least like a human. So in this game it was between the Lizard Man and the cat person. So I chose the Lizard Man. I like lizards better. But I'm rambling now. It's a fantastic game. You should definitely play it. It's awesome. And that's all for my top 6 games of the year. These are games you should definitely try out, you should definitely play, and are definitely worth your time. And, I don't know. I guess I'm just going to stop the video instead of rambling forever. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And, as I said in the beginning, put your favorites in the comments or, response videos. So, fantastic. See you next time.